The Vanishing at Beacon Hill. In the quaint, windswept town of Beacon Hill, perched precariously on the cliffs overlooking the churning sea, an unexplained phenomenon had troubled its residents for generations. Every year, as autumn's grip weakened and gave way to the cold embrace of winter, someone would vanish without a trace. This occurrence, known simply as the vanishing, became an accepted, if unsettling, part of life in Beacon Hill. The town, with its cobblestone streets and historic homes, seemed to harbor secrets in every shadowed corner and behind the panes of its fog-streaked windows. It was here, against his better judgment, that Michael, a young journalist with a taste for the unknown, decided to dig deeper into the mystery of the vanishing. Armed with his recorder, notebook, and an insatiable curiosity, Michael began his investigation by speaking to the townsfolk. Their stories painted a tapestry of loss and unexplained sorrow, with each vanishing leaving behind a void that no amount of time could fill. Yet, despite their grief, Michael noticed a peculiar resignation in their acceptance of the phenomenon, as if it were as natural as the ebb and flow of the tide. Determined to uncover the truth, Michael delved into the town's archives. There, he found records dating back centuries, documenting the vanishing with chilling regularity. However, it was a series of old, handwritten letters that caught his attention. The letters, penned by a lighthouse keeper named Elias in the late 1800s, spoke of a shadow that walked at the edge of the sea, a darkness that called to the soul, whispering promises of release from earthly woes. Intrigued and unnerved, Michael sought out the lighthouse that Elias had tended to. The lighthouse, now automated and bereft of human presence, stood like a lonely sentinel at the edge of Beacon Hill. It was here, as Michael explored the aged structure, that the chilling reality of the vanishing began to unravel. The lighthouse's logbooks, dusty and forgotten, contained entries that mirrored Elias's letters. Each keeper spoke of the shadow and the whispers that carried on the wind during the stormy embrace of late autumn. It was a call that, once heard, became an obsession, leading the chosen away from the safety of their homes and towards the cliffs. Michael's skepticism waned as he experienced the whispers firsthand, a siren's song that filled him with an inexplicable sadness and a longing for the sea's cold depths. Shaken, he realized that the vanishing was not a series of unconnected disappearances, but the result of a call that some could not resist. His recordings captured more than just the tales of the townsfolk. They contained the whispers, a tangible proof of the shadow's existence. With winter's approach and the whispers growing ever more insistent, Michael knew he had to leave Beacon Hill to escape the pull of the shadow before he, too, succumbed to its call. Upon his return to the city, Michael's story was met with skepticism and disbelief. The recordings, which had so clearly captured the whispers, now held nothing but the sound of the wind and the sea. Frustrated and haunted by his memories of Beacon Hill, Michael could only watch as autumn once again gave way to winter, and with it, the news of another vanishing. The story of Michael's investigation into the vanishing at Beacon Hill became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the thin veil that separates the known from the unknowable. And in Beacon Hill, life continued as it always had, with the townsfolk watching the sea and listening to the whispers that rode the wind, a chilling symphony of the eternal and the ephemeral. As the years passed, the mystery of the vanishing at Beacon Hill faded from public consciousness, becoming a footnote in the annals of unexplained phenomena. Michael, however, could not let go. The whispers had embedded themselves deep within him, a constant, nagging chorus that undermined his reality. His career as a journalist faltered, and his personal life unraveled as he became consumed with finding a way to prove what he had experienced. Then, one autumn day, as the leaves began their final, colorful dance before succumbing to the winter's chill, Michael received a letter. It was postmarked from Beacon Hill, but the envelope bore no return address. Inside, on a single sheet of paper, was a message written in a trembling hand. "Come to the lighthouse. The truth awaits you. E." The letter reignited Michael's obsession with a fierce intensity. Despite the years and the toll they had taken, he felt a surge of hope. Could Elias, the lighthouse keeper, who had penned those haunting letters from the past, still be alive? It seemed impossible, yet the signature was unmistakable. Compelled by the promise of answers, Michael returned to Beacon Hill. The town was much as he remembered, shrouded in mist and secrecy. He made his way to the lighthouse, its beacon cutting through the fog like a guiding star. The door to the lighthouse was unlocked, swinging open at his touch to reveal the spiraling staircase that led to the lantern room. As Michael ascended, the whispers returned, more insistent than ever, a cacophony that seemed to echo his own heartbeat. At the top, Michael stepped into the lantern room and was met with a sight that shook the foundations of his understanding. There, amid the ancient machinery of the lighthouse, stood a figure. It was not Elias, as he had expected, but a mirror image of himself, older, weathered by time and sorrow. The figure spoke, his voice a mirror of Michael's own, filled with regret and knowledge born of years, lived in the shadow of the whispers. "I am what you will become if you cannot let go," he said. "The vanishing isn't about the sea or the whispers. It's about us, about our inability to escape the obsessions that consume us." Michael, confronted with the embodiment of his future self, felt the weight of his obsession and the toll it had taken. The whispers, he realized, were not calling him to the sea. They were a manifestation of his own fixation, a siren song of his mind's creation. The figure stepped forward, placing a hand on Michael's shoulder, a gesture that felt both alien and familiar. "You have the power to end this," he whispered. "Let go. Live." With those words, the figure vanished, leaving Michael alone in the lantern room, the whispers fading with the morning light. As he descended the staircase, a sense of peace enveloped him, a calm that he had not felt in years. Michael left Beacon Hill that day, the mystery of the vanishing unresolved, but no longer a burden on his soul. He began to rebuild his life, finding joy in the present and hope for the future. Years later, when Michael was an old man, a journalist came to him, a young woman with a fascination for the unexplained and a curiosity about the story of the vanishing at Beacon Hill. As he shared his tale, Michael realized that the greatest mystery was not the whispers or the shadow at the edge of the sea, but the human capacity for change, for letting go of the past to embrace the unknown future. And in that realization lay the true surprise of the vanishing at Beacon Hill. The power of the human spirit to overcome the shadows, both real and imagined, that dwell in the depths of our souls. Let us know what you thought of this story in the comments. Thank you for listening. Join us tomorrow at 9 a.m. EST for a new untold story. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more artificial apparitions.